very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Elected Vice Presidents of Nepali Congress, Kathadar of Yoba panel defeated by a slim margin. Supreme Court to amend regulation and directive related to High Court, lower courts to adopt lottery system from January 16. Balance of payments remains in deficit of Rs 150 billion. Central Bank says trade deficit increased by 56%. UK reports highly daily COVID cases. England's chief medical officer warns of worse to come. And Can takes action against captain of national cricket team, appoints Sandeep Lamichhane as the new skipper. And now the news in detail. Nepali Congress leaders Purna Bahadur Khadka and Dhanraj Gurung have been elected as vice presidents of the ruling party. Khadka secured 2,121 votes and Gurung received 1,908 votes to emerge victorious during the 14th General Convention of the party. NC Central Election Committee informed the NC statute has arrangements for 2 vice presidents in the Central Working Committee. Khadka is the General Secretary and Gurung is in the central members in the incumbent Executive Committee. Another candidate for Vice President Bijay Kumar Gatchadar has been defeated by 2 votes. He obtained 1,906 votes. As informed by the committee, candidates for the same post, Dr. Chandra Bhandari received 1,580 votes, Sujata Koirala 644, Mahesh Acharya 489 and Divyeswari Saha 132 votes. NC elected the vice presidents as per its statute for the first time. Earlier, the party president used to nominate a vice president in the party. The vote count for the vice president that started on Wednesday evening concluded at 1 a.m. this morning. As many as 4,689 delegates had cast their votes in the election held on Monday as part of the 14th General Convention of right-wing party. The full court meeting of the Supreme Court yesterday decided to enforce determination of hearing dates through lottery system from January 16, 2022. Likewise, the meeting has decided to amend the regulation and directive relating to the High Court and District Court in regard to hearing date management. According to Apex Court spokesperson Baburam Dahal, the meeting decided to determine dates for hearing through lottery system at High Court and District Court from January 16. It has also directed the Apex Court administration to prepare and present the draft of regulation and directive to the full court meeting for amendment. It may be noted that the lottery system has come into force for determination of hearings at the Apex Court since December 1. KP Sharma Oli, the chairman of the main opposition party UML, has accused CPN Unified chairman Madhav Kumar Nepal and Maoist Center chairman Pushpakamal Dahal as agents of instability. Oli accused that political stability has not been possible in the country because of the 2 leaders. Speaking at an oath-taking ceremony of the newly appointed Central Committee members of the party in Lalitpur yesterday, Oli claimed that foreign countries are trying to create instability in the country through the 2 agents. He said that there was no point in uniting with the forces that want to destabilize the country. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 252 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 825,016, while the number of active cases has dropped to 7,476. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 807,816 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,565 after the virus claimed 6 more lives yesterday. Nepal is currently among top 44 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 51.29 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 34.71 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 272.45 million people across the world and claimed over 5.34 million lives. And now the news from economic front. Balance of payments of Nepal remained at a deficit of Rs 150.38 billion in the fourth month of the current fiscal year against a surplus of Rs 110.65 billion in the same period of the previous year, a report. According to the current microeconomic and financial situation report of the country unveiled by the Nepal Rashtra Bank yesterday, the BOP remained at a deficit of 1.26 billion in terms of US dollars in the review period against a surplus of 931.7 million in the same period of the previous year. The report states that the current account remained at a deficit of Rs 223.19 billion in the review period against a surplus of Rs 19.01 billion in the same period of the previous year. In the US dollar terms, the current account registered a deficit of 1.88 billion in the review period against a surplus of 158.6 million in the same period last year. In the review period, capital transfer decreased 39.3% to Rs 2.52 billion and net foreign direct investment increased 77.0% to Rs 6.63 billion, the report further states. In the same period of the previous year, capital transfer and the net FDI amounted to Rs 4.15 billion and Rs 3.75 billion respectively. Similarly, gross foreign exchange reserves decreased 11.0% to Rs 1,244.85 billion in mid-November 2021 from Rs 1,399.03 billion in mid-July 2021. Of the total foreign exchange reserves held by NRB decreased 11.0% to Rs 1,107.47 billion in mid-November 2021 from Rs 1,244.63 billion in mid-July 2021. Reserves held by banks and financial institutions except NRB decreased 11.0% to Rs 137.38 billion in mid-November 2021 from Rs 159.39 billion in mid-July 2021. The share of Indian currency in total reserves stood at 26.1% in November 2021. Total trade deficit increased 56.8% to Rs 56.17 billion during the 4 months of 2021 and 22. According to the central bank, such a deficit had contracted 12.5% in the corresponding period of the previous year. The export-import ratio increased to Rs 12.6% in the review period from 10.0% in the corresponding period of the previous year. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. The United Kingdom has recorded its highest daily coronavirus cases since the start of the pandemic as a further 78,610 COVID-19 infections were reported, about 10,000 more than the previous high reported in January. More than 11 million people have now tested positive for the disease in the UK, which has a total population of around 67 million. With a new highly transmissible Omicron variant of the virus surging across the UK, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has warned of a total wave of infections. However, suffered a blow to his authority on Tuesday when more than 100 of his lawmakers voted against measures to curb the increasing spread of the disease. Speaking at news conference, the British Prime Minister said the doubling rate of Omicron in some regions is now down to less than 2 days. We are also seeing signs for hopes, said Johnson, referring to people's response to an emergency Omicron appeal launched on Sunday. Speaking at a news conference, England's Chief Medical Officer Professor Chris Whitty warned that records will be broken a lot in the next few weeks. He added people should prioritize what matters with regards to social mixing in the run-up to Christmas. At least 11 Indonesian migrants have drowned off the southern coast of peninsular Malaysia after their vessel capsized. The Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency (MMEA) and the country's navy said 25 people were missing after 14 survivors and the boat were found on a beach in Tanjung Balao. The MMEA said the boat capsized at about 4:30 a.m. on Wednesday off the coast of Johor State, which borders Singapore and sits across the Strait of Malacca, one of the world's busiest maritime trade conducts from Indonesia. The boat was believed to have traveled from Indonesia and capsized after being hit by strong waves. Johor Maritime Operations Deputy Director Captain Simon Templar Lo Aktusa told reporters all those on the vessel were Indonesian. The MMEA said the accident is the latest in the string of disasters recorded in the waterways between Indonesia and Malaysia in recent years, often involving oversized, overloaded boats ferrying laborers seeking work in Malaysian factories and plantations. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. The Cricket Association of Nepal has appointed Sandeep Lamichhane as the new captain of the national cricket team. The board meeting of CAN yesterday appointed Sandeep in place of regular captain Gyanendra Malla. The replacement comes after CAN took action against Nepali national team captain Gyanendra Malla, Vice Captain Dipendra Singh Eri, Sompal Kami and Kamal Singh Eri for their alleged violation of the players' code of conduct. The action was taken upon the recommendation of the CAN's disciplinary committee. Accordingly, the four cricketers will not be included in the central contract for the first 6 months of 2022. Gyanendra was appointed captain of the Nepali cricket team in 2019. It may be noted that some senior players, including Gyanendra Malla, had complained about the classification of the player made by the CAN, arguing that it was not scientific and practical. CAN even sought an explanation from the players for such remarks but decided to take action, saying that the players' explanation was not satisfactory. Arsenal overtook opponents West Ham and moved into 4th place in the Premier League by winning an eventful match at Emirates Stadium. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Khadka and Gurung elected vice presidents of Nepali Congress. Gachadar of Deoba panel defeated by a slim margin. Supreme Court to amend regulation and directive related to High Court, lower courts to adopt lottery system from January 16. Balance of payments remains in deficit of Rs 150 billion. Central Bank says trade deficit increased by 56%. UK reports highest daily COVID cases. England's chief medical officer warns of worse to come. And CAN takes action against captain of national cricket team, appoints Sandeep Lamichhane as a new skipper. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.